So I mentioned before that I believe my greatest weakness to be the extent to which I care about people. And I mentioned as well that it can also become my greatest strength when managed properly. So when thinking about a challenge that I faced at work or a conflict, it really doesn't come as a surprise that it would have to do with my dealings, my relationships with people. One of the first incidents that comes to mind is something that took place with, again, a person that I work with, but also that has become a very close friend of my family. Not too long ago, this person had come to me for advice. And quite frankly, he was making some business decisions that were really setting him up for failure. He was making those decisions under the thought that he was doing what was best for his family. And while I always agree that family first, it's the top priority, I really think that in this particular case, he was using that as an excuse and not looking at the long-term security for his family. And this led to quite a conflict between the two of us. I was very open with him, emotional, not angry, but I did get emotional in the conversation and letting him know the harm that he was putting himself in front of in terms of his business, in terms of the prospects for his family should this business venture that we're involved in together fail for him. And we didn't see eye to eye, and it did lead to a conflict. No harsh or ugly words were said, but we both had a very strong disagreement on the matter. I can say that we really didn't come to an agreement. We didn't come to a resolution that worked for both parties, and ultimately he made decisions that were right for him, but I did not agree with. But what I can say is that I was able to come back to him very shortly thereafter, and while I felt my words of wisdom to him were correct, I set that aside and I apologized for any hurt feelings or sadness that I may have caused him. And I really feel that that is the most important thing when it comes to conflict. Just as with life, also in business there are sometimes conflicts that just can't be resolved, problems that just can't be solved. But it's not always the solution that is found, but in my opinion, it is the relationship that is gained or maintained that is the true mark of resolution to any conflict.